I thought that was probably the most complete game that we played all season, top to bottom. Jason set the tone, pretty impressive for a 17-year-old. I mean, we saw him against Elon. We saw him hold his velocity, work hard with Coach Gaines this week on commanding the zone and not trying to be so fine. He was phenomenal, and I thought, you know, VCU's a much better team. Their arms have improved. Every arm they threw out there was good. We didn't let the starter off the hook. We controlled the zone. We had great at-bats, and their best reliever arguably was Curley, and he had some nasty stuff up to 96, and we really had great at-bats top to bottom. And that was without having Parks Harbor in the lineup, who's been as consistent as anybody else at Barrel in baseball. So it doesn't surprise me with this team how they bounce back from that tough loss and move on pretty quickly. But I thought everybody was good out of the bullpen. Bovair keeps moving up a little bit with his velocity. Francisco was good and Cam was good. Both those guys are learning how to pitch at the top of the zone, so it was a good win for us.
It felt like you sort of let Jason get into some trouble, maybe intentionally, to see how he reacted there.
Yeah, I mean, when you see it, when you're throwing that good, you're not gonna, you're not gonna like. I don't care what kind of trouble he is. You know, a guy's touching 95, often sitting above 93, up 94, 3 pitches, actually 4. Threw a change. The only other pitcher I've coached here threw a 90-mile-an-hour changeup was Matt Harvey, so that's pretty good company. He threw a couple of changeups that were 90, and he got ground balls. But yeah, that's, you know, when you bend the windup over and over and over, I just reminded them when your warm-up pitches, make sure you're throwing 4 out of the 5 in the stretch, because I know you think nobody's gonna get on base, but somebody's probably gonna get on base. But man, like, yeah, I mean, he's gonna be so much fun to watch here at UNC.
Is he working himself into a weekend rotation spot?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, most likely he'll go Tuesday, Sunday. We'll knock back his pitch count this Sunday, all 4 days. We'll put him back out there, most likely against Princeton. We were joking with some of our guys, like he's 2 years younger than Folger Boas, and they're the same grade. So that's how young he is. But he's tough. And, you know, there's no denying what you just saw with his stuff. So most likely we will move him into the rotation. He threw right around 95 pitches. 4 days is plenty anyway, but he'd probably throw 70 pitches on Sunday. That would be my first prediction probably.
How important is having a pitcher like Jason come in and set the tone?
Oh gosh, I mean, when you when you have those 2 outings, and you know, we all know that we're trying to figure out the rotation and starting pitching, because we feel really good about our bullpen. Even though we didn't finish the game at ECU, we felt like if we'd have had Dalton Pence in that 8th, we might have been able to finish it. And we needed somebody to show us that they have the capability to go out there and throw 5+ innings, and that's a good team. You know, they played NC State really tough. I think they took a game, you know, from NC State, and it's a good lineup. You know, Brandon Ike, who's there now, who left our place, has really turned himself into a heck of a player, and he neutralized them pretty quick. I didn't feel like he was ever threatened that much until the 6th, his last inning.
Did Jason show you something the first couple of starts that maybe you didn't see preseason, or did you not want to throw him in as a 17-year-old into a weekend rotation?
No, it really wasn't that. He showed the velocity. He showed he could hold the velocity. The other guys just threw better in the preseason, probably top to bottom. I didn't say they had better stuff, but they probably commanded it a little bit better. And he didn't have his command was probably B-, you know, in the preseason, but he was mighty close. That's why we decided to start him on Tuesday.
What did you see on the D'Onofrio quote-unquote grand slam in the first inning? It seemed like we saw him stretching third. He kind of had hands on the knees.
Yeah, I told him that was a base running mistake. We got lucky and got away with it. One of those things that, as coaches, obviously you don't like, and it happened to work out. And there's some other things in the game that you can point out, but he's an aggressive player. Love coaching him. I'm sure y'all saw the ball he just picked up and slung to second base and almost threw the guy out. So he's a gifted kid. And he brings a lot of, you know, that to our team. Like, he doesn't take a day off, plays hard till that game's over. So we're lucky he's here.
Madera fitting in quite well as a leadoff guy the last few games.
And we thought he would be after the fall. His preseason was okay, but now we knew he didn't tell us he was hurting a little bit, and we got that addressed, and he's getting healthy now, and you can see he's moving really, really well.
Coach, we didn't know Luke Stevenson had that kind of speed.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That ball, I mean, there were some balls hit today. His ball would have been off the batter's eye. Alberto's would have been gone, but they also might have had 2 home runs. It was a rare day at the Boschwood. We call it the force field. Every now and then it comes out with that wind blowing in that direction.
Coach, you've spoken about Jason's age, but what can you kind of say to his maturity?
Our older guys, you know, from Knapp to Peterson to Poston, the reason these young guys, number one, are having a great experience is because it's a great locker room, and those guys are helping them. But they also lead by example. They work, and they make it clear, like, you want to get better here, you know, we need you, number one, to help us, but you're only going to do that by working hard and when you leave here, taking care of your business and doing the right thing when you're away from here. So I credit that all to our older players.
How has Knapp in particular been a mentor for some of these young pitchers?
I mean, him and Poston both just made sure they were around this summer. They were all here this summer. We have breakfast together, then they go to class and they train with Coach Gatz. But having some guys around, Vanderbrake was around, you know, teaching them what our program's about, what our standards are, what our culture's like. They figure out quickly, like, there's a certain way you are going to do things around here, and if you don't do those things around here, you're not going to be here. But it's better for them to say it than it is me to say it every day.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Thanks.
Good luck, DeCaro. Fresh.
High praise from your head coach there. How's it feel to go out there and I mean, that's one of the better Carolina pitching performances, period, in a while.
Feels great. I mean, definitely built off my outing last week and improved on certain areas that I had to improve in, and I'm really happy with how today went.
What was working early, and what told you this is going to be a good day?
I think just my fastball and being able to throw it where I want. I was just going after guys with it and getting ahead, and that really helped me out.
Do you have a specific mantra or mindset when you come up to the mound?
I really just try to think that, have confidence in myself and just try to go after the guy and think that I'm better, obviously. But just have a confident mindset.
How have pitchers like Jake Knapp and Poston helped you and other first years kind of get into the UNC mindset for pitchers?
Yeah, I mean, they've been awesome. Knapp, Poston, Bovair, Peterson, all of them, all the older guys really helped us out and showed us the ropes and showed us how things should be done here, and really appreciative of that.
90-mile-per-hour changeup, is that what we saw?
Yes.
Tell me about where's your fastball go up, and how nice is it to have that at the ready?
I mean, that's a new one. That's the first time I've ever done that, but it was pretty nice to look back there and see 90 on a changeup. Definitely felt good today.
So that's not something you've done before?
No.
You surprised yourself a little bit with that one?
Yeah, I did. I was shocked.
What did I asked Coach Forbes? He sort of lets you get into the sixth, they get a hit, and they finally put you under some stress. Just sort of talk about how you were feeling at that point, because you've gone clean through 5, and then in the 6th, here comes some stress. Just speak to that part of it.
I think just keeping the same mindset and going after guys. My defense behind me was great all day, and just trying to attack the zone. And if they put it in play, I know they'll make a play behind me. So just keeping the same mindset and keep attacking guys. Did
you ever feel like you were getting fatigued or getting tired out there?
No, not really. Felt really good today the entire way. Maybe lost a little bit of feel at the end, but there was really no fatigue there. Felt really good.
Had you thrown a no-hitter in high school?
I don't think I did, no. Maybe a one-hitter, a couple of them. But
were you thinking about it about the 5th inning? No? Did you know you had it going?
The inning after, I looked up and saw they had one hit, and I was like, oof. But during the game, I wasn't really focused on that.
How do you have poise like that in college as a 17-year-old?
I think just being around the older guys, like Coach Forbes said, I mean, they really just show us how to act and how things should be done here, and just kind of following by their example really helped us out.
Did you think about going pro?
I mean, the whole time I wanted to go to school. I mean, I love it here. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm extremely happy that I ended up here.
You and Luke, both young guys, what's it like throwing to him behind the dish?
It's awesome. I mean, he's the best catcher I've ever thrown to. Everything he does really well. It's just awesome.
Do you tease Folger at all about him being almost 2 years older than you are?
Yeah, always. I mean, I get it too for being the young one, but I give it to them a little bit.
One more.
Potentially entering the weekend rotation, how do you think your approach might change for a weekend game compared to a midweek game like today?
I think, honestly, just keeping the same mindset and game plan of just going after guys and letting my stuff play. I mean, just attacking the zone.
Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Good job tonight.
Hey.
Very good job.
Come on, guys.
You look like a proud papa standing over there while he was talking. Just sort of talk about the performance he had tonight.
I mean, that's Jason DeCaro in a nutshell. I mean, he had a ton of success tonight, but dude competes his tail off. I mean, he works really, really hard. I mean, he's got some of the best stuff, if not the best stuff on the team, with a 4-pitch mix, and he can throw it whenever, wherever he wants, no matter the count. And he just went out and executed it, and he's going to be doing that for the rest of the year.
What's it like catching a 90-mile-per-hour changeup?
It shocked me too, honestly. I mean, I know what it normally is, and he threw it, and I was impressed. I mean, I loved it. I thought it was awesome. It looked good.
When you got a pitcher, and obviously Dalton couldn't get into it, but when you got a pitcher that's rolling, what is your thought process there? Helping him out with pitches, framing or whatever, but when you know he's rolling, what do you
Try to go at the same pace, like match his pace. I don't want to speed him up or slow him down. So, I mean, just kind of have him get in his groove and don't try to, like, mess with it and just give him a good target, work on every pitch that I can get him. But with what he was doing today, I mean, I could have caught him sitting in the chair. He did a phenomenal job.
So fastball, curveball, change, and slider was
Yes, sir.
okay. So what was working? You think best for him?
All
today?
4. I mean, he didn't need the changeup as much. They had one lefty, and with his slider and curveball, they didn't need. I mean, we didn't need to go to the changeup, but I mean, he could have thrown any pitch at any count today, and he's been able to do that all preseason, all fall, and the starts he's had.
Does it make it easier for those freshman pitchers that you're a freshman too, and you're kind of in this new experience together?
Yeah, like we're all going through it together, and we have a really talented class, top to bottom. But I mean, all going through it together, and I mean, it's all really exciting for all of us, and just having the upperclassmen that we do, and they're just able to slow us down and really like just talk to us and help us out throughout the whole process. Like we have a really good locker room that helps us all out, and it's going to be very beneficial.
Thought catchers weren't supposed to have speed. Where did that come
Let's
from?
talk about
That
the
would be
triple.
my question. I would say, what were you thinking when you hit third base?
I hit it, and then I just wanted to pick up Coach Forbes, and then I don't know. I mean, I think I can move a little bit. I don't know.
No, I mean, you had that, but you also, I believe, 3 for 3 today.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Coach Forbes, when he talks to us, he always says, you know, these guys get going, we're scoring a lot of runs, they're not even hitting home runs. Just sort of talk about your approach and going from last weekend to this weekend and now tonight, just sort of ramping it up at the plate.
Yeah. I mean, yesterday I worked with Coach Rizbick and Coach Riley, and we were in the cages and just working on some things and making sure that my swing's in the right place, and just kind of like having like the scouting report that we had on these guys and just making sure that I'm in the right position to hit. And I mean, working with the coaching staff that we have, I mean, they have helped me tremendously since I've been here. And I mean, I feel confident in the box, and I know all top to bottom of the batting order. I mean, we all have the ability to do damage, and that's with their hard work and just good coaching from our staff.
Were you conscious he had the no-hitter going there?
I was. I mean, it was more because like I knew that as I was catching, like I didn't have to think about like throwing anyone out. But it wasn't one of those like I just knew that he was rolling. Nonetheless, I didn't have a perfect game until he walked the guy and then the no-hitter.
Right.
How early in the offseason, kind of working with him, did you know that this type of performance could happen from him?
I mean, early. First time, after I called him the first time, I mean, I understood the stuff he had, and I knew that a 17-year-old, which no one in our locker room holds him. We joke with him, but no one holds him to a 17-year-old. I mean, we hold him to a junior or whatever. Like his talent, his ability is not freshman level. So we hold him high out of that. And after the first couple of times I caught him, I knew that he's going to pitch a lot for us.
You're how old?
I'm 19.
19, so.
It's still a step up though from high school ball. I mean,
A little bit.
Your team eliminated my hometown team in the playoffs, Corinth.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I remember that series. But anyway, just the jump from high school to college, just sort of speak to that. I mean, it's not too many times you get a freshman catcher starting from day
Yes, sir.
one and riding it out.
I mean, it's just, I guess the speed of the game's a little different. But, I mean, just working out in the fall and, like, being here in, like, the summer, like, being in summer school and having the older guys be there and just talk to us, like, mentally and, like, how the game's going to change physically. But, like, the speed of the game, guys are faster, guys have stronger arms. Like, you really got to hit it to get in the gap. Like, there's not many, it's clean baseball. It's real good baseball. And just the more you do it, the more I got comfortable to it, and I felt like I adapted.
One more.
Did you think the ball was out off the bat on
I
that triple?
did. But I got to show off the speed instead, so.
There you go.
Fair enough.
Thanks, Luke.
Thanks.
Thanks, Luke.
Awesome.